Let's start this original Slings Myofascial Training sequence and one of my favorites in low kneeling. Center the pelvis and elongate the spine. Arm arc. Active forward fold, arm circle down. With your exhalation, tilt the pelvis back, curl up with a swift motion, arm arc, and then settle in high kneeling. Place your hands to the front of the hips and then sit back, active forward fold, lift back up into high kneeling. You keep the pelvis and the spine centered. It is a core stabilization exercise that focuses on deep back strength. One more time. And now stay centered, moving into a new exercise. It is a curl and sit back. So you strongly engage through pelvic floor and abdominals, lift the pubic bone, curl the spine, sit halfway back. Stay in curl, shift the weight forward towards the knees, and then center the pelvis and the spine in active forward fold. Lift up into high kneeling. Exhalation, curl and sit back, abdominal strength. Inhalation, spine stretch, still abdominal strength, back length. And then you center with your exhalation in active forward fold, back strength, lifting back up. And to finish, you lift the sternum, long, even arch, center. Take your right foot out to the side, lift the right knee, and with a deliberate motion, you walk the foot forward, articulating the foot, the ankle. So mobilizing and also mobilizing and lubricating the hip joint. Now you're in 90-90 kneeling. So sideways, the right side of your pelvis might be higher, that's okay. You just give a gentle lift from the pubic bone, so deep abdominals. Raise your arms overhead with an arm arc, and then arm circle down. Arm arc. And then you press your front foot forward, you let the pelvis shift back, the upper body fold forward with the arm arc, you lift into an upright position. You can do this movement with a flowing breath, or you inhale as you sit back, you exhale as you lift up. Let's do this 2 more times. Again, strengthening the back, gentle lengthening of the back of the right leg, softening of the fascia across the left hip. Halfway, arm circle. Place your left hand onto the floor or onto a yoga block or a book, and then you bring your pelvis back above your left knee. Press your left hand onto the floor or the support firmly. It's strong as a pillar. And then with your gesture arm, right hand, start to reach down towards the floor, spiraling the back of the ribcage open. The upper back spirals along, pelvis opposite direction. Take your arm overhead again, side stretch, and then you revolve your sternum up towards the ceiling. Turn the palm up towards the ceiling, reach back and up with your arm. Overhead, side stretch, spiraling down. As the ribcage and the spine spiral down by sense, the pelvis revolves up towards the ceiling. Side stretch. Revolving the sternum up towards the ceiling, lift from the pubic bone, and side stretch one more time, spiraling down, mobilizing the ribs and the spine in a multidimensional manner. So giving you greater limberness in everyday life and also in sports. And it really, really opens the ribcage for the breath. Also when you spiral back and up. The shoulders also benefit. Now we spiral down one more time. Then you let the pelvis shift back. Walk both of your hands forward. Turn over the heel of the front leg. It's an unwinding side bend towards the right. You align the leg forward again and then curl up into an upright 90-90 kneeling position. Place your right hand onto the front knee, left hand to the front of the hip. Dynamic stability in the upper body, and then a controlled fall with a recoil. Dynamic shift. Let's do this 2 more times. Elasticizing the front leg. And then you start to walk out. You pivot over the heel, 2 bounces in a rhythmical turn in, so pivoting over the toes, 2 bounces in a rhythmical yet unhurried manner. Pivot over the heel, 2 bounces, pivot over the toe or the toes. I'm kind of pivoting over the big toe, but you can do it in different ways. And then heel, and gradually you are moving out into a 90-90 gate pose. From here, pivot over the big toe, turn the leg in, bring the lower leg back, parallel leg alignment again, hands to the front of the pelvis, and then you curl. Exhalation, curl. Inhalation, stay in curl, spine stretch, shift the weight forward. Center the pelvis and the spine with your exhalation, active forward fold. Lift up. 1 more time. Exhale to curl, abdominal strength, back length, maintained. And then with the centering, back strength. You're lifting up, arch, back strength, opening in the front of the body, and then you sit back into low kneeling. You move the support to the other side, if you have one. Arm arc, active forward fold, arm circle, curl up with an arm arc, and you center. Take the left leg out to the side, lift the left knee, and start to walk forward. I love this movement here. Seems very unassuming, but this transition gives us greater adaptability, not just here on the mat, but in everyday life. Once again, you're in 90-90 kneeling, elongated in your spine, arm arc, arm circle down. Let's do this 1 more time. So the upper body here stays in a centered alignment. And now we are adding the sit back and active forward fold with the arm movement. And so this is wonderful for coordination, but also has its myofascial benefits, of course, and also for the joints. So strengthening the back, lengthening the hip extensors, mobilizing the joints of the front leg and also the back leg. In the back leg, we also have the softening and hydrating, therefore nourishing of the hip flexor fascia. Halfway, and then you place your hand on the floor. So hip flexors here in front of the right hip, and often these fascial structures really yearn for some hydration and nourishing in many of us. So once again, you use your right arm as a pillar of strength upon which you can drape your body. You let the top ribs open like a fan, and then you lead the spiraling movement with the arm. You reach down. Feel that multidimensional opening of the ribs, the movement of the spine. Maybe feel a lengthening all the way down to the pelvis. That would be wonderful. So it goes from the outside in really deep. Pivot the sternum up towards the ceiling. Your arm reaches back. Pubic bone lifts up. Side stretch. Spiraling down. So we are enhancing tensile strength and glide in the fascial structures in the upper body from the outside in. What does that give you? It gives you greater stability without having to do anything, greater strength. for the associated muscles, and movement ease because there is more glide. Now, what I also like, let's do this one more time, it's this beautiful massage for the organs. Here my feeling is I'm lifting the organs up, and then I'm squeezing them, giving them a hug as I'm spiraling down. Then you can place your hands onto the floor, walk forward. It is one unwinding side bend. You pivot the left leg out, you side bend towards the left side, and then align the front leg again in parallel and roll up into a 90-90 kneeling position. Finding length in your spine, gentle stability on the inside of the body. We are moving into a dynamic shift, elasticizing the front leg from the foot across the back of the heel, then into the knee here. Now you start to walk out. So we're still elasticizing, but elasticizing the respective fascial structures in different angles. Now that was actually a very unintentional good example. It also makes us more responsive and adaptable, so that just benefited me here on the mat, but it's also benefiting on the sports field, on the tennis court, golf court, whatever other sport you might play, and also in everyday life when we stumble, down a curb, and then I can catch myself more easily if my fascial system is prepared. Point, turn in, bring the foot back, parallel alignment into a curl. Inhale, spine stretch, exhale, center, and then you lift back up. Now I'm going to start with the arch and I'll move fluently. If you like, join in. Inhalation. Exhale straight into the curl. Inhalation into the spine stretch. You exhale and you inhale straight into the arch. Into the curl. Strong abdominals, length, glide in the back. Abdominal strength maintained, centering, deep strength, back muscles, and then lifting up. I'm going to add the arms. So if that was enough, 2 more times no arms otherwise. Beautiful combination. Arch, V arms, arm arc into a curl, smoothly into the spine stretch, arm circle, into the active forward fold, you reach up into an arch. You curl with the arm arc. You shift into the spine stretch. Arm circle into the active forward fold. And one more time, you reach up into the arch. And then you take a seat.